Teddy Wagwan brothers, we are back with the monstrous giant hogweed. Oh, it's dirty boy. This plant's causing a massive problem in the UK all over, right? It's an invasive species, it's not supposed to be here, but one of the main reasons why it's so dangerous is because it's got compounds and it's sap that causes something called photodermatitis. Now, photodermatitis, right, is not something that you want. Basically, the sap gets into your skin, removes your skin's ability to protect itself from the sun, and you can suffer third-degree burns. So you can get some serious fucking burns off this plant, and most people don't know what the big motherfucker looks like, right? And this is why every year, normally around this time when it starts to blossom like this, I do a video on giant hogweed to try to raise awareness, because it's ruthless. The stories of people running to rivers and stuff like that, run through a patch of this, get it on the face, get it on the skin, and it burns everywhere. And the nasty thing about photodermatitis is it can remove your skin's ability to protect itself from the sun for up to 7 years. So you get this sap on your skin, it burns your skin, it'll blister, and even when the blisters heal, right, this is the fucked up bit, you go back out and it'll blister again and again and again. And this can happen for up to 7 years. Now, some people get away relatively unscathed with just like one event of blistering, but a lot of people can suffer reoccurring burns. This is why you've got to know exactly what this plant is and basically how to identify it. I mean, I can spot it a mile off. I'll show you the key identifying features of the plant in a minute, but honestly, you need to be very aware of this plant because kids, dogs, they all get it, man. Like, I'll put pictures up because there's fucking hundreds of pictures of what happens online, man. It's ridiculous. And the fact that this plant is pretty much a massive problem in the UK, like it's getting everywhere, because as you can see here, yeah, it's growing next to this stream. It gets these huge white umbellifers that produce hundreds and hundreds of seeds. The seeds get into the stream, they travel down, and then once travel down, they get washed up on the sides, and it grows all the way down riverbanks, man. Honestly, it is fucking ruthless. And do you want to know what another name for photodermatitis is? Fucking sun poisoning. I mean, that's brutal. I mean, to be fair with you though, man, you can't miss the thing. I mean, look how big it is. I mean, it goes all the way up there. Yeah, so the plant generally grows in small rosettes first in the first year. It's something called biannual, which basically means it grows over a 2-year cycle. It grows in small rosettes first. I'll show you a small rosette, and then in year 2, after it's saved up all its energy, it grows this massive stalk and has a huge flowering structure on the top. Big, white, massive flowers, just like that. Yeah, and it literally just is very, very, very easy to identify once you know what it looks like. Right, so one of the first key identifying features is, man, the thing's fucking massive. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, look at that. You can see them big white flowers just poking out above all this tall, grassy, I mean, that's big as it is, man, but that thing is fucking monstrous. But then look at that one. It goes all the way up there. I mean, how do you miss it? Once you, this is what I'm talking about, man. Look at it. Look at its leaves, man. They look Jurassic. They look evil. Like, honestly, once you've seen it, you cannot not unsee it. It's one of them things, man, like seeing your nan naked. It's going to be like stained in your eyes forever. But the thing is sneaky, right? Because like I said before, yeah, it's biannual. I actually misspoke. It's not biannual. That's just the way I remember it, which means 2 years. Yeah, it's biennial. But it does grow in the smaller rosettes, and it's a smaller rosette that you've got to really watch out for. Yeah, I'll show you now. So there, look in the sea of greenery, right? There's a small one there. It's growing all down there. There's a little one there. There's one literally just there, yeah, by my feet. But then this here, yeah, is its edible cousin. So this is common hogweed, right? And this is giant hogweed. So people often get scared about getting these two things mixed up, but once you see them next to each other, you can't not get them mixed up. I mean, this has got nice round shaped leaves, and this has got like pointy evil leaves. Like, there's a big difference. And another key identifying feature of the plant, yeah, as long as it's fucking immense length also, yeah, the stems have got some serious girt on them, man, like a BBC pie, you get me? And the stems are all peppered, right, with these little red blotches. And if you look real close, you can see like these really fine, quite like, they look spiky, but they're not spiky. They're quite soft, right? But they've got these hairs everywhere, right? Which is how I can tell these two apart, right? Is you see the red kind of blotching that's on that stem there, right? Common hogweed, which is there, doesn't have the red blotchiness, and you can see the fine hairs on it, which is just there, right? These are more like spikes. You can see it better on the big daddy one, right? Now, one of the last key identifying features of this plant here is this massive flowering structure. This is a thing that basically makes 100 seeds that just peppers into the streams and just invades the UK. That's something else that we can't mention on YouTube, right? But just another thing for taking into consideration is this is a common hogweed plant, right? So this is a full-grown common hogweed. These can get to about 6 foot tall, whereas that's not even a full-grown giant hogweed. That's not even full-grown. I've seen them bigger than that. But yeah, look, see how the leaves are softer, rounder on the leaves, and then the flowering stem is there, and then you've got that little flower that's just sat on the top there, whereas the giant hogweed is there. The leaves are massive and look like this. The common hogweed leaves that's on that one is still quite big, right, but they're still nowhere near the size of that absolute fucking monster. So yeah, that's about it really. Just remember, if it grows massive, got a big flowering structure on top, it's got the big spiky kind of Jurassic leaf, it's got the red blotches on the stem, and on the stem also they've got quite, not fine hairs, but they're still kind of fine, but they can look more spiky and a little bit more evil. And it's probably going to be giant hogweed, man, so just keep well away from it. Do not fuck with it, do not mess with it, because honestly, if you like, there's the stories of people who've been doing strimming, they strim through some of this stuff, it splashes on a leg, man, fucks the legs and shit. Fucking not ideal. And imagine if you get to the point where you are sensitive to it and you can't expose that part of your skin to the sun for 7 years. I mean, that's the worst case scenario. I mean, we don't even know if it's going to be that severe, right? The cases between the time frames are different, but even still, 3rd degree burns, like, you know, that chemical burns, like. So just to give you an idea of what giant hogweed looks like compared to common hogweed, I'll show you some different examples now, because there's loads of different, like, hogweed, giant hogweed, giant hogweed around here, man. It's infested. So obviously, man, this big boy is easy to identify because it's massive, but some things that might catch you out is there's some giant hogweed there, giant hogweed there, giant hogweed there. That one's quite prominent, man, because you can see the blotches all over the stem there and the more aggressive spikes, spikier leaves. Giant hogweed there, giant hogweed there. This is giant hogweed, we've discussed. This is common hogweed down here. That's common hogweed. Show you the difference in the stems. Now, I'm comfortable just picking this because I know the plant enough. See? Stems, very different. This is thicker and girthier. They've still got this groove as well down there, which kind of sneaky. The groove is on there, but on the big main stems, they don't have the groove. It's a big central stem. And the same with this though. But yeah, the spines on it and the spikes are nowhere near as severe and aggressive, whereas they are on that. Now just come over here. This one's a little bit of a sneaky boy. Make sure I don't fall in the fucking river. That one there. So that's common hogweed, right? Because the flower is way too small to be a giant hogweed plant. Yeah, so that's one way that you can tell. But also, if you look at this thing's leaves, I don't know where I can stand here. Hold on. Who's in the river? Fucking hell. Yeah, you see that's got kind of like a spikier leaf structure like that. So that's a little bit of a sneaky boy, that. But the stem is nowhere near as dark red. It's got no blotches on it. The hairs are a lot finer and the flower's smaller. So that's a common hogweed plant with a spikier leaf. So they can have different variants of it. This bad lad here is a common hogweed. See? It's got kind of aggressive spikes, but not too bad. It's got no blotches and the coloration on the stem is quite even from red. It's not got the spattered blood all over it. Leaves are a little spiky, but that's definitely common hogweed. And then as we come over here, we've got this one. So this stem again is a common hogweed. I know that because the flowering structure is small. Stems are circular coming out of the main one. They've got the V-shaped groove on the same as a giant one, but the hairs are nowhere near as aggressive. But yeah, and then that obviously for skidoosh, giant hogweed. And then all down here, that's common hogweed, that's common hogweed. All this is common hogweed. Common hogweed, common hogweed. Ooh, hello. What are you saying? See, that's a little bit of a little there, that's common hogweed. But then there, you see over there in the distance. Hold on, let me get my other camera out. Yeah, that is also a giant hogweed in the distance there, 5 times. Yeah, you can see it, man, in the back, look. You see there, the stems, look at them. Come on, focus, yeah. You see that in the background? Yeah, giant hogweed, and it's massive! So if you like this kind of content, you enjoy learning about bushcraft, outdoor survival, foraging, and a little bit of prepping, then YouTube thinks about this video up here, so click that, and I'll see you there.